What do seven-figure estates, street tacos, and a neighborhood that didn't even exist 2 years ago have in common? They're all on my list of the top 10 best neighborhoods to live in Charlotte, North Carolina. And no, this isn't another recycled Zillow list with fancy drone shots and no real context. We're breaking it down by luxury spots, lifestyle hubs, first-time buyer gold mines, and some seriously underrated areas that you'll wish you jumped on sooner. I'm talking about the spots that locals are obsessed with, where smart money is moving, and where you might want to live next. Picture this. You walk out your front door, grab a craft latte, hop on the light rail, and you get to work in 15 minutes, and you still are able to make it home for sunset drinks on your screened-in porch. If you're relocating, or just tired of Googling best Charlotte neighborhoods, and getting the same boring answers, this video is your shortcut to the spots that actually matter. And stick around, because one of these neighborhoods is quietly becoming Charlotte's next big thing. It's still affordable for now. But let's go ahead and get neighborhood hunting, because I'm telling you right now, the one that you've been looking for, it's gonna be on this list. All right, so before we dive into the neighborhoods, let me give you a super quick lay of the land. If you're not from Charlotte, this will save you hours of Google Maps deep dives and which side of town is best rabbit holes. Charlotte's basically shaped like a wheel, with Uptown as the hub right in the center of it. Everything else fans out from there in every direction like spokes. South Charlotte, East Charlotte, North Charlotte, West Side. Each area also has its own vibe, its own price tag, and honestly, its own personality. South Charlotte, that's where you're gonna find the heavy hitters. Myers Park, South Park, Ballantyne, luxury homes, tree-lined streets, high-end shopping, country clubs. That's where the money lives. But it's not all gated driveways and Range Rovers. It's also super livable, family-friendly, and 5 minutes to about everything you might need. And then you have East Charlotte, which is where things are changing, and they're changing fast. We're talking revitalization, major growth, and a ton of attention from first-time buyers and investors. You've got older neighborhoods getting fresh life, new restaurants popping up, and prices that haven't gone totally insane yet. North Charlotte, that's more your lake life crowd. If you're into weekends on the water, grilling on a deck, or launching the boat after work, places like Lake Norman and Huntersville are going to be your jam. But just know, it's a bit of a hike to get there, and if you're commuting to Uptown every day, you're gonna have to get used to that. The West Side, historically more industrial, but areas like Wesley Heights and the River District are flipping fast. You've got modern townhomes going up where it used to be warehouses, and the proximity to Uptown is chef's kiss. And don't forget, the Lynx Blue Line cuts right through the city, connecting South Charlotte to Uptown and into NODA and University area. If transit matters to you, pay attention to which neighborhoods hug that line of the light rail. All right, you have a map in your head? Good. Because now we're gonna get into the real stuff. Because whether you're looking for front porch charm, skyline views, or that perfect starter home with potential, these next neighborhoods are where things get really interesting. And hey, if you're watching this thinking, okay, cool, but how do I actually figure out which neighborhood fits me? That's literally what I do and what my team does. So if you ever want help matching your lifestyle, commute, or budget to the right part of Charlotte, just reach out. No pressure, just real advice from someone who lives here and gets it. Now, let's get into the neighborhoods themselves, starting with the ones bringing the big luxury vibes in 2025. All right, let's kick things off with big luxury. And I'm not talking builder grade with granite countertops and a wine fridge kind of luxury. I'm talking established prestige, old money, gated communities, and the kind of zip codes where people really care about their mailbox aesthetics. First up, Myers Park. This is Charlotte's crown jewel. Historic homes, grand facades, streets wrapped in mature oak trees. It's what you picture when someone says classic Southern elegance. It's not flashy, it's timeless. You've got homes well into the multi-millions, access to top-tier private schools, and you're minutes from Freedom Park, boutique shopping, and some of the best dining in the city. But here's the thing, Living in Myers Park isn't just about owning a big house. It's about lifestyle. It's morning walks with strollers and golden retrievers. It's cocktail hours on porches that wrap around the house like a hug. If that's your vibe and your budget allows for that, this is the place for you. Next up, Valentine. This one's a little different flavor of luxury. It's newer, cleaner, and super live, work, play. Think about having golf courses, gated subdivisions, top-ranked schools, and giant brick homes that look like Southern Living cover models. You've also got Valentine Village, corporate offices, greenways. It's basically suburban luxury with a planner. If you want space, convenience, and country club vibes without being far from the city, this is a strong pick. And then there's South Park, which might be the most underrated luxury pocket in Charlotte. You've got sleek, high-rise condos, gated neighborhoods, and yes, the kind of restaurants where the valet judge your outfit. I had a client that relocated here from Idaho, sight unseen. We got her into a great starter home, but a few months in, she called me and said, I just walked around South Park Mall and Symphony Park. I know that this is where I need to live. Fast forward a few years later, promotion, some equity in her home, and she's calling me again. Andy, I want to move to South Park. And we made it happen. We found a place off of Sharon Road, walkable with top schools and next level lifestyle. And honestly, that's the long game that we love playing. It's not just helping people move to Charlotte, but helping them move up once they're here. South Park is luxury without the attitude. Sophisticated, central, and built for people who know what they want next. So if you're shopping north of $1 million and you're craving prestige, walkability, and a little bit of status, that's your lineup. But maybe you're not quite in luxury land, and that's totally fine. Because up next, we're diving into the neighborhoods that are blowing up for first-time buyers. And some of them, they're sneaky good investments that won't stay affordable for long. All right, let's talk about where the smart first-time buyers are landing, because not everyone's rolling into Charlotte with $1 million budget and a Pinterest board full of vaulted ceilings and wolf ranges. These next neighborhoods are where you can actually get in, build equity, and still afford groceries. Let's start with Starmount, a hidden gem that's not going to stay hidden for long. You've got solid mid-century modern ranch homes, legit backyards, and access to the Lynx Blue Line, which means that you're just a few stops from South End and Uptown without the South End price tag. The vibe, chill, establish, and starting to try and attract younger buyers who want character without the chaos. Median home prices here are around $400,000 in 2025, which for this kind of location and lot size, it's kind of wild. And the best part, you're getting in for way less than other areas with this kind of access. And let's be real, when you can walk to the light rail and still have room to host a backyard cookout, that's a huge win. Then you've got Windsor Park, a neighborhood that flies way under the radar, and honestly, we're not mad about it. It's got that classic suburban feel with quiet streets, parks, schools, and a strong community vibe, but still close to Plaza, Midwood, and Noda if you want to hit the breweries on the weekend. Median home prices here hover around $350,000 with an average rent of about $1,300 to $1,500. For buyers who want value and location, this is a super smart play. It's actually where I bought my very first home, was Windsor Park. It's the kind of place where people start out because it's affordable, and then they stay because they realize it just works. Whether you're buying solo or starting a family, Windsor Park has the bones and the upside. And if you want something calm but crazy well located, take a look at Montclair. Think of it as South Park's chill, underrated neighbor. You've got peaceful streets, 60s and 70s homes with tons of character, and super quick access to South Boulevard or Fairview, which means shopping, dining, and a surprisingly easy commute. Median prices here are around $400,000, and you're still getting solid square footage for that with major potential. So these three, they're the places where your budget stretches further and your lifestyle doesn't have to suffer. But maybe you're not just buying your first home. Maybe you're focused on the vibe, the walkability, the breweries, the food scene, the local feel. I could go on and on. If that's the case, the next neighborhoods are going to be right up your alley. And listen, whether you're buying your first place, your fifth, or you're moving to Charlotte and you're just trying to figure out where the heck you even belong, you do not have to figure this out alone. This is exactly what my team and I do day in and day out, from full-on relocations to helping you list your current home so you can level up across town. We guide people through every step of the process, finding the right neighborhood, negotiating the deal, getting it to the finish line. We're with you through it all. All of our contact information is in the description below. Call, text, email, whatever works for you. You don't have to have it all figured out. Just start the conversation and we've got you. If you're less focused on price per square foot and more about how it feels to live somewhere, this is where things get fun. We're talking walkability, breweries, greenways, food scenes, patios with string lights, dog parks, farmers markets, neighborhoods where lifestyle isn't just a perk, it's the whole point. Charlotte nails this. The city's found a way to blend southern charm with modern energy, and no part of town shows that better than these next few neighborhoods. Plaza Midwood is Charlotte's creative soul. It's vibrant, weird in the best way, and proudly offbeat. You've got murals on brick walls, tattoo shops beside vegan bakeries, vintage boutiques next to dive bars slinging the best burgers in town. It's a walkable, energetic neighborhood with character in every direction. And the homes? A mix of historic bungalows, fully modern builds, and everything in between, ranging from the mid-400s to well over $1 million, depending on how much quirk you can handle. And the people? Digital nomads, creatives, old school locals, dog parents with strollers, you name it, you'll see it all. I've helped multiple clients relocate here without ever stepping foot in Charlotte first. That's how magnetic this neighborhood is. If you're the kind of person who wants to walk to brunch, grab tacos at midnight, and never move your car, Plaza Midwood is your scene. And just a reminder, there's a neighborhood coming up that's quietly becoming Charlotte's next big thing, so you better keep watching. If Plaza Midwood is the artsy younger sibling, Dilworth is the charming older one that has its life together. Tree-lined streets, historic bungalows with wraparound porches, and the kind of community where neighbors wave and kids still ride bikes. It's picture perfect in a very real way. Latta Park anchors the area with tennis courts, shaded trails, and families lounging on blankets like it's a small town postcard. The homes here typically range starting in the 700s to well over $1 million. But you get location, history, and charm that's hard to replicate. A lot of folks start off in an apartment in South End and end up here once they're ready to settle down. It's refined, close to everything, and still gives you that warm, lived-in neighborhood feel. Valentine's often known for big homes and gated luxury, but here's the twist. It's also one of Charlotte's most complete lifestyle ecosystems. This area has transformed into a full-on destination. Between the Ballantyne Village, new parks, wellness spaces, and Ballantyne Reimagined, it feels less like a suburb and more like a city within a city. You've got everything here. Shopping, dining, greenways, community events, golf courses, top-tier schools, without needing to drive more than 10 minutes for anything. I've worked with families, remote professionals, even investors who moved here for the space and stayed for the lifestyle. It's polished, predictable in a good way, and built for people who like their day-to-day life dialed in. And just when you think Charlotte's all bungalows and breweries, the city throws a curveball. Welcome to the River District. That's what's behind me here. It is arguably the boldest neighborhood play that Charlotte has made in a decade. It's still being built, clearly, but it's already making waves. This isn't just a neighborhood. It's a full-on ecosystem designed around lifestyle, sustainability, and connection. You'll find riverfront trails, greenways, restaurants, co-working spaces, and a wide mix of homes. Everything from townhomes to condos to single-family homes. It's built for the future. Literally. The people buying in early here are the visionaries, the young professionals, the early retirees, even investors who want in before it hits national lists. And this isn't theory. The roads are going in. I mean, you can literally see that they're going in. The retail is coming up. The homes are already selling. So if you're looking for lifestyle and long-term upside, the River District is about as forward-thinking as it gets. So stick with me, because the next few neighborhoods aren't just cool, they're transformational. Sedgefield sits between South End and Dilworth, but it holds its own vibe. It's quiet, underrated, and full of mid-century homes that people are starting to seriously pay attention to. You've got walkability to bars, cafes, and grocery stores, quick access to the light rail, and you're right next to East Boulevard's food scene without the crowds. Home prices on average here are trending towards $1 million, with renovations and new builds pushing even higher. If you're looking for something central, stylish, and still slightly under the radar, Sedgefield is worth a drive through. I've had clients land here thinking that it was a stepping stone, then fall in love and stay. That's the kind of lifestyle neighborhood that this one is. These neighborhoods aren't just places to live, they're how you live. Whether it's grabbing your morning coffee by foot, catching live music a few blocks from your house, or walking your dog under string lights instead of street lamps, these areas make lifestyle part of your every day. And while not all of them are cheap, every one of them offers value, community, culture, walkability, energy. This is where Charlotte truly shines. But if you're the kind of buyer who's looking to spot the trend before it peaks, you're going to love what's coming next, because the neighborhoods we're about to cover, they're not just lifestyle friendly, they are loaded with potential. So let's talk some hidden gems. And if you're into this kind of deep dive local insight, feel free to hit subscribe. I've got more Charlotte breakdowns coming that you won't want to miss. All right, this is where things get really interesting. These next few neighborhoods aren't just affordable or well located. They're in the middle of something big. Growth, revitalization, transformation. They're the kind of places where locals say, I remember when you could buy a house there for that price. And suddenly, everyone's checking Zillow. If you're someone who likes spotting the trend before it peaks, these are the areas to watch. And one of them, it might just be the best kept secret in Charlotte right now. Just west of Uptown, Wesley Heights is the definition of a comeback story. A few years ago, it was quiet, a little underdeveloped, and kind of forgotten in the mix. Fast forward to now, it's undergoing a full-on renaissance. Historic craftsman homes are being restored and new construction is popping up. And you've got walkable access to Uptown, greenways, and the Gold Line streetcar. The charm here is real. Brick homes from the 1920s with deep porches, massive windows, and details builders just don't do anymore. Investors are renovating these, but the neighborhood still feels grounded. It hasn't gone full luxury, and that's part of the appeal. Median home prices in here are sitting around $600,000 in 2025, and that number is moving fast. This is one of the rare spots where value is obvious and still accessible. If you're looking for proximity, charm, and upside, Wesley Heights is absolutely the move. Optimist Park, that's what happens when industrial meets Instagram. What used to be warehouses and railroad crossings has become one of the most buzzed about neighborhoods in the city. The light rail cuts right through it. And Optimist Hall, the old mill turned food hall, is literally a destination on its own. People are moving here not just for the location, but for the vibe. Think about rooftop tacos, brewery patios, converted lofts, new townhomes, and a ton of local energy. Average home prices in here around $500,000 to $600,000, and they're going up really fast. And it's not just for hipsters anymore. Young professionals, small families, and even investors are swarming this area. What I love about Optimist Park is the feel. There's a grit meets glow up energy that's hard to fake. The city's investing here. Developers are building, and the resale potential, massive. Yep, it's showing up twice, and here's why. It's not just a lifestyle play, it's an investment play. Brand new master plan communities with this level of infrastructure, location, and long-term vision, they don't come around often. Early buyers here are going to be the ones looking back in 5 years saying, that was the smartest move I ever made. It's green, it's urban, but without the density and traffic of Uptown. Townhomes are coming in the 400,000s. Detached homes are entering the mid 600s and more. But the long game potential, it's pretty big. Whether you're living in it or renting it out, this is the kind of neighborhood that's going to build equity while you sleep. If you want to gamble a little without really gambling, just keep your eye on North End and that whole area. Just north of Uptown along Graham Street. It's industrial, still rough around the edges, and it's not for everyone, but the location is gold, and developers are quietly moving in. Breweries, co-working hubs, mixed-use projects, it's all in motion. Homes here can still be found in the $400,000 to $500,000 range, but not for long. This is Charlotte's version of edge of downtown zone that always flips last, but when it flips hard and fast. You're buying before the story is finished, which means you get to write part of it. If you're someone who's thinking ahead, whether for lifestyle, resale, or long-term gains, this is the part of the map you want to circle. And hey, remember what I said at the beginning. There's one neighborhood that's on this list that's quietly becoming Charlotte's next big thing. You remember that one? Yeah, it's in here. And it might not look like much today, but give it 18 months and people are going to be calling it the new South End. So let's recap everything, and I'll tell you what to watch next. So let's zoom out for a second. You didn't watch this just to check out a few cool neighborhoods. You watch this because where you live matters. It's the backdrop for your mornings, your people, your growth, your next chapter, And in a city like Charlotte, where the landscape is changing block by block, day by day, you don't just want a house. You want a full strategy. Myers Park, Starmount, Plaza Midwood, River District. These aren't just names on a list. They are decisions. Decisions that affect your equity, your lifestyle, your commute, your weekends, and your long game. And here's what most people get wrong. They wait until it's obvious. They wait until the secret neighborhood is already on TikTok, until the prices have doubled, until everyone else is already there, but not you. You stuck around, you paid attention, and if you caught the clues, multiple mentions, lifestyle meets investment, master plan, riverfront access, then yeah, you already know. You don't always need an ocean when you've got a river. The River District isn't just coming. It's about to redefine what living west of Uptown actually means. So if you're relocating to Charlotte or already living here and ready to level up, reach out. We do this every single day, from helping people land their first place to selling their current home so they can move across town and live the life that they actually want. All of our info is in the description. Hit me up however you are comfortable. Start the conversation. You don't need to have it all figured out because we'll help you get there. And if this helped you see Charlotte in a whole new way, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button because there is a lot more where this came from.